Welcome back to Magic Meals with me, Ashley Nicole Phillips. Within Magic Meals, what I do here is I cook intuitively. Since I was a small kid, I would move around the kitchen and just follow my intuition and make whatever, my soul guided me to make. Today within Magic Meals with me, Ashley Nicole Phillips, we will be making tofu balls. So meatballs, but tofu. So tofu balls. Now, I'm going to make these, and you can really follow your intuition on how you want to serve them. Like if you want to do it with a pasta, if you want to do it as a sub, I'm going to do a tofu sub with tomato sauce and cheese and a side of potato. I don't know if I'm going to do a French fry yet, or if I'm going to do like a mashed potato or steamed or scalloped potato situation. But today, Magic Meals, we're doing tofu balls. Stay tuned. Here we go. Okay, y'all. So we start with rinsing and drying or pat drying our tofu. I use the hard tofu. I would suggest using hard tofu. I had some trouble with cooking these tofu balls in a pan, which you'll see because they kept falling apart. So using the hard tofu, dicing it up into little blocks here. Now, when I intuitively cook, I have my idea of what I'm going to cook, and then my intuition steers me in a different way. It always ends up pretty good, and I'm always really satisfied, and I'm always really happy. And what I cook is always super synchronistic to something that I've always wanted to try, or that I was just really having a hankering for. So, you know what? This was a whole process, and I'm glad that I stuck through it. So we added our tofu into the bowl, diced up our tofu into little blocks, added it into our bowl, as you can see. So just got our tofu in the bowl, and then we just started mashing it with a fork. We mashed our tofu with a fork to get a good, ground consistency. I was going to do it in a food processor, but then I was afraid it was just going to liquefy. The tofu would just liquefy. So I just mashed with a fork. Follow your intuition, have fun, do whatever you feel guided to do. Enjoy yourself. Because again, intuitively cooking is about, being one with yourself. It's really a meditative practice that, you end with a good dish, good food, a good treat for yourself. So we're just mashing up our tofu. Mashing up our tofu. Like I told y'all, in the last Magic Meals, I'm really looking to do new seasonings. So I got some curry powder, right? I got some curry powder that I used for the first time, I'm really glad I did it. And I have a coconut curry powder that I'll use eventually in Magic Meals. But we started with our curry powder, ground black pepper. I'm just trying to switch up and use different spices and seasonings. We have a paprika. So we're starting with my go-to. So curry powder, ground black pepper, paprika, parsley. Again, use whatever seasonings you feel guided to use or you want to try. Garlic powder, crushed Himalayan salt. And what else do we do? I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, so whatever seasoning you want to use, you want to put in your tofu balls, do that. That's my go-to mix. And then I added curry powder as well. And I had a handy dandy glove, a cooking glove, that I started mashing my, combining all of my ingredients. It didn't work. It was the glove was falling off. I was like, So I got my fork again. Y'all gonna see in 1 second. But I tried mashing up my glove. Have really hands-on, have some fun with it, mashing all of our ingredients together here. We're not done, but it's just getting our seasonings incorporated with the tofu. Yeah. So let's just enjoy the view of the mashing of the tofu. Yeah, the glove is flipping off, so I just got my fork. I got my fork back and started mashing the tofu. The next ingredients we're going to add as our combining agency to help everything combine together. As soon as we get all of our seasonings mashed in with the tofu, I added Greek yogurt, a plain Greek yogurt and breadcrumbs. Now you can use whatever combining agency you feel guided to use, but I did use plain Greek yogurt and breadcrumbs, which worked out pretty well after what I got over the fry pan debacle. But let's just enjoy the view, y'all. Let's just enjoy the view. So mashing all my seasonings in here, in the tofu. How did I think of doing tofu balls? I first was going to do falafel because I love falafel, right? So I was going to make a falafel with chickpeas and like chickpea falafel with herbs, onion, breadcrumbs. But then I kept on that thought process and I landed on tofu balls, you know. And I'm really glad I did because these are really delicious. When the Magic Meals cookbook comes out, whenever it comes out, the tofu balls are making the cookbook. That's how delicious and satisfying these were. Again, at your house, in your situation, try this recipe, change it up intuitively, however you feel guided, and come back and tell me how you served it, how they taste, all of that good stuff. I thought I sped through this a little quicker than I did. I'm sorry, y'all, if this is kind of boring you. But I enjoyed the view. I enjoyed the view. So crushing everything together until it gets into a nice fine consistency. And then I added what did we do next? We did our yogurt, plain Greek yogurt, a dollop of plain Greek yogurt, a few dollops of plain Greek yogurt. Yeah, we added a good amount of plain Greek yogurt in there. And then we did our breadcrumbs. We added our breadcrumbs. In here. Oh, I added more seasoning. I am a seasoning girl. Like that. This is something that I prayed on, right? Because when I used to cook, like I was afraid of seasoning. And I prayed on it. I was like, I really want to cook really tasty, like seasonful food. And my ancestors said, follow our flick of the wrist. And I'm a seasoned girl, so I added more parsley, paprika, and chili powder. And I think I added more garlic powder as well. Since we added the Greek yogurt, I was like, let me add some more seasonings up here. Combine it all together. And then I did our breadcrumbs. We're going to do our breadcrumbs next. And added a good amount of breadcrumbs in there as well. Again, it's all intuitive, so it's whatever you feel guided to add to your tofu ball mixture. And then we're just combining all of this together here. Combining everything together. This was really satisfying. Making this was really satisfying. It's just a good time. A good old time. So combine everything together here. And it's really awesome. Like, I explain at the end, but I don't have a strict dietary plan as far as vegan, pescatarian, vegetarian. Like, I did the vegan, vegetarian thing for like 3 to 4 years. And now I just eat what I feel guided to eat, right? I don't want to really restrict myself in this here earthly experience, this life experience. So I do like to try different things and experience different foods and cultures and cuisines. So I'm up to like try different things. As long as it doesn't look back at me. Like food with eyeballs, I'm like, I don't know about that. Prawns, keep the eyeballs. Fish, keep the eyeballs. So yeah, we're getting everything. I got my spatula to kind of combine all of this together. All of the mixture together. And I was really satisfied. I was like, yay, it's like really compacting. So I was confident, okay, these meatballs these tofu balls are gonna stick together. And the camera was off, but you know, when I did those first ones, but it's all good. I'm glad I caught it. So yeah, so now we're just getting our gloves or however you want to, however you living. And just I got my gloves and I just started combining and making little tofu balls. And they were holding up. I was so happy. I was like, yay. So just combine it and make little tofu balls. And I put those in the freezer to hold up. I was like, I didn't want them to fall apart. So let me throw these in the freezer. Give me a new plate and start do the rest of the balls. So so I threw those in the freezer so they didn't fall apart. Got a new plate. and made the tofu balls for the rest of the mixture. Here, as you can see, again, you add the spices, seasonings, things that you want in your tofu mixture, whatever you feel guided to add. Honestly, when you're following your intuition, I really do not think you can go wrong. Honestly, it's whatever like your taste buds or like your soul, your heart is fiending for. That's what you're gonna end up making. Like you might make something you never thought you really wanted, and then it turns out so tasty. That's these tofu balls for me. I didn't know I wanted these, but now like I'm about to make these like once every couple of weeks. Like I'm about to make these. So I'm just finishing up using the rest of the mixture to make these tofu balls, as you can see. So yeah, combining everything here. Our last tofu ball. Now we had a cooking debacle, y'all. But I wasn't going to cut it out. I wasn't going to act like I just had my shit together and I just knew what I was doing. Nah, we had a debacle, as we're about to see. So I got my frying pan. I thought I was going to fry them. I got my frying pan, put oil on the bottom of the pan, chopped onion flakes, and I put the ball in there. It wasn't hot enough, so I took it out, right? I waited for it to get warm, and then I put a few of the tofu balls in the pan. Let's just watch this, y'all. Let's just watch this. Is it a crime? It might be in Italy, the way this happened. Is it a crime? Like this. This did not turn out well, but I was like, I'm not going to give up. I'm not. Well, let's just watch it, y'all. So, my tofu balls just started falling apart. I was like, oh, no. I was fearing this. I was like, whoa, what are we going to do? Like, y'all about to see what we did. But I don't think this is all a loss. Because I use these tofu drippings for my marinara sauce. I don't think this is all a loss. Anyways, I tried this. It didn't work. Right? So, y'all about to see. We put a lid on it to see if the tofu balls will kind of cook all around. They didn't. They didn't cook all around with the lid on there. They kind of did, but I was like, this is not what I'm going for. They're falling apart. This is a whole debacle. This is a whole tofu ball debacle. So we tried, right? We didn't give up, right? At this point, you'd be like, womp, womp, womp. I'm about to go lay down and order pizza. No, we don't quit. We rest. We regroup. We meditate. And then we get a pan, a baking dish to put foil on the bottom. And we put our tofu balls in the baking dish, as you can see, and we bake them instead of trying to fry them. So I put the tofu balls in a baking dish and do it this way the first time. Do it this way the first time. Like, don't try to pan fry them because they're going to fall apart. So I put our tofu balls in the baking dish. Some of them. I saved the rest for the following night. So I put the tofu ball in the baking dish and I put some oil. I have canola oil. Use whatever oil you have on hand. I put oil on the top of the tofu balls. I wanted them to get brown all around. So I put oil on the top. And then I put them in the oven, 425 for like 26 minutes. And y'all, look at these beautiful tofu balls. I promise you, these are so good and you have to try them. And I did a marinara sauce on top with cheese, mozzarella cheese. And when I tell you, like, these are so delicious. So gosh darn good. And I'm glad that y'all stuck around to see how everything came about. And I had a delicious meal. We about to talk about it, though. We about to talk about it right now. All right, y'all. We did it. We did it. Our tofu meatballs. I ended up doing a marinara sauce, or tomato sauce and then mozzarella over the tofu meatballs. Doesn't that look so delicious? Oh my goodness. Now I didn't show y'all. I didn't record the marinara sauce, but y'all saw the pan. When we tried to pan fry, try to pan cook our tofu balls. Y'all saw what that pan looked like. So what I did is I just opened up a can of tomato sauce. A can of tomato sauce. Use whatever kind of tomato sauce you would like. I opened up a pan of tomato sauce, dumped it in the pan with all of the tofu ball crusts and onion cooking drippings, and I just kind of clean the pan with the tomato paste or the tomato sauce. Because the tomato sauce, the acidity of the tomato sauce, it got all of the crunchy tofu off the bottom of the pan, and just kind of cooked the tofu drippings with the tomato sauce to make the marinara sauce. And I added oregano, as well as I added oregano. These tofu balls, y'all, we didn't give up. We thrived through it. We thrived through it. We did not give up. Let's go ahead and taste them. Before we taste them, wait 1 second. Don't go anywhere. Not only do I have magic meals with Nicole Phillips available for your consumption pleasures, I'm also a singer-songwriter. My music, Nicole Music, is available here on YouTube. Go subscribe to Nicole Music on YouTube. I hope my music is as healing and uplifting to you as it is for me. I'm also an author. I wrote and published the Unconditional Love Literature Parcel, which is now available in the Amazon bookstore. Now, the Unconditional Love Literature Parcel is a 3-part book series, AP short stories feature, starting with Coming Home, the story of Asya, followed by the story of Asya, I'm Home. The Asya story series is about a teenage girl growing up in the New York City foster care system.
My name is Asya, and I'm a teenage witch. Just kidding. I am a starseed. My story is much like humanity's story. I awakened to some pretty spectacular things about myself. Coming Home, the story of Asya, followed by the story of Asya, I'm Home. The book series that introduces the book.
After returning from a day's trip, I have read my attempts letter. He speaks of my father releasing him from imprisonment and the fate of death. He pleads for us to run away together. This plea is one of which there is no state to decline. My Other Half, available in the Amazon bookstore. I feel as though I was born here on earth to find you. I was created to find my person. The Unconditional Love Literature Parcel, now available in the Amazon bookstore. She is catalyzed onto her spiritual awakening journey when she meets her twin flame, Chase, in the hallway of her school Manhattan Prep. She's kidnapped by Chase's dad's goons. She ends up homeless, but then ends up in a really magical place and finds some friends that help her, come into her own love of self, appreciate her gifts that she wakes up to. The story of Asya, again, Unconditional Love Literature Parcel starts with Coming Home, the story of Asya, followed by the story of Asya, I'm Home. And then it is topped off or finished off. The finale is My Other Half. My Other Half is a book actually introduced in Asya's universe because it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. Go read Asya's story and you'll find out. My Other Half is a book that's introduced in Asya's universe. My Other Half is about the infinite nature of our souls. Two souls at the same time, one soul journey through many lives to want to co-create a life together. They know they're supposed to co-create this beautiful existence together on planet Earth. Which life, under which circumstances? They incarnate into many lives that say that their love cannot work. They will co-create a love. They will co-create a life together. Which life, under which circumstances? I don't know. Go find out. The Unconditional Love Literature Parcel is again available in the Amazon bookstore. Go subscribe to AP Short Stories here on YouTube. That's where you'll find the animated series that goes along with the Asya Story series, as well as you will find whatever is to come next with AP Short Stories, because it doesn't stop here. But go ahead and check out the Unconditional Love Literature Parcel. It is $29.97 plus tax. You can do You can do the physical copy for My Other Half. The Asya Story series is available for digital download through the Kindle app. Kindle app is available on Android and iOS devices. I'm super excited that y'all are here with me and you stuck it out, thugged it out, and we got our tofu balls made. Let's go ahead and taste them, shall we? Let's taste the tofu balls. Let's taste these. They look so delicious, y'all. I'm so glad that they held up in the oven. Y'all just don't know. Let's taste it. Absolutely
delicious. Now, I don't have a strict dietary plan. I kind of eat what I feel guided in my heart space to eat, but by my soul, I eat what I feel guided in my heart space to eat. Now, I did the vegetarian thing and the vegan thing for like 3 or 4 years. And then I started eating meat again, and then I stopped. And I do eat meat on occasion. And then sometimes I don't, right? So I'm trying to tell you, when I say I haven't eaten red meat in a long time, these tofu balls with this marinara sauce, I can only speak on this because this is how I'm eating it right now, right? These tofu balls with this marinara sauce and this mozzarella cheese is so satisfying for someone who hasn't had like a meatball in a long time. A long time. Y'all try this and tell me how you like it. Tell me how you like it. And tell me how you did it. You know, we're doing intuitive cooking. So if you don't do the marinara sauce, come back in the comments, tell me how you did yours. I might want to try it out. Again, my name is Ashley Nicole Phillips. Thank you so much for joining me here today. Magic Meals with Ashley Nicole Phillips. I love you. Love on yourself. Self-love is the best love because you have to love yourself in the way in which you want your reality to love you back. Self-love is the best love because if you don't love yourself, nobody else will. Self-love is the best love because you are love in your truest truth. Give that love to yourself first. Bye, y'all. This is really good.